Steve Bowers and
Cassandra Fuller.
welcome you to this virtual Six in the City on the 18th day of August, the 100th anniversary of the signing of well, not the signing, the passage of the suffrage bill and the women's right to vote, Fuller.
That's right.
Yeah, noted today, and it was observed in Tennessee with a reenactment. We're going to be carrying replays of that reenactment on EPlus TV6. Well worth watching, because some considered it absolutely the downfall of Western civilization. And Fuller, they may have been right.
I don't know.
The verdict is still out. We got a full show lined up today. Of course, we had another COVID death in Madison County, which will affect our discussion too somewhat as we focus on seniors. But 31 now so far in Madison County, so just a tough day in some ways. We got a great show lined up today. Who else is going to be with us?
We do. We have someone new in town. We've got a new lieutenant for the Salvation Army. His name is Mark Cancia. We're going to get introduced to him and meet him and see what he's got lined up for the Salvation Army. And then also Renee Adelsberger will be here. She is president of the Madison County Foster Parent Association. They've got a school uniform drive for foster children that's coming up, and she wants to talk a little bit about that and how important that is. And then all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, we've got Mike Key with the voice. He's the voice of the Tennessee Titans. We're going to find out a little bit about the Titans and what's going on with them. Bryson McQuiston and Melanie Davis are here. Bryson is owner of Home Instead Senior Care, and Melanie is a home care consultant. They've got some important information for our older loved ones and caregivers, so we'll be interested to hear what they have to say. And then our entertainment
JL, right?
Is JL.
JL's back with us.
Yes.
He's working on some new projects, so we're going to get an update on that. It's always a thrill to have him with us.
He's always working on projects. So.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's a busy man, and we're glad to be sharing his talent with us today. Stay with us. All that's coming up on this Six in the City.
It's still hard to think that your child had cancer. The thought of them not being here, it was terrifying.
Going through treatment for cancer can be quite difficult for patients. That's why platelets are so vital.
When he would get the platelets, he would perk right up. Just so thankful that somebody had taken the time out of their day to donate platelets.
Please help give them hope and the strength to carry on. Donate platelets.
Doing what's never been done. The American Public Power Association includes over 2,000 local public utility systems. Over 15 years, the APPA has presented RP3 awards, recognizing system reliability, safety, workforce development, and improvement. JA in 2020 not only received the top-level Diamond RP3 award, it was presented to JA for the 7th time. No utility has been so recognized. Honored public power, another part of JEA today.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Well, we have a new lieutenant in the city of Jackson, and this one we're glad to see. It's Lieutenant Mark Cancia, and he is the new officer with the Salvation Army. So, Mark, welcome to Jackson, Tennessee.
Thank you so much. So far, it's been really good here.
Now, you've just been here, what, just a couple of 3 weeks?
Yes, sir. It's been yesterday, made it 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And you said you hailed from Nashville, just right up the road. So we're glad to have you in Jackson and know that you probably appreciate the traffic here versus the traffic in Nashville.
100%.
Mark, what got you into the Salvation Army?
So I was actually brought to the Salvation Army with my parents. They brought the entire family to the Salvation Army's church when we were living down in South Florida. Originally, the family is from Haiti. I was born up in Connecticut, but my parents realized how different the climate was up in the Northeast than it was from Haiti. And so they moved the family down to Florida. And while living in Florida, we got connected to the Salvation Army. I loved it. I loved it. I loved the theology that was preached. I loved the time length of the services and really the way that the Salvation Army engages in community was all very lovable. And so I stuck with it. And here I am now an officer in the Salvation Army.
With the Salvation Army. So you've been an officer in the Army how long?
For 3 years. I was commissioned back in 2018.
Well, you're just getting into Jackson, Tennessee. What have you found? What do you see so far?
Oh my goodness, Jackson is perfect. It's the perfect size. It's not as big as Nashville, but it's a bit more than a small town, which is perfect. I like to describe the pace as a steady current.
Okay.
Steady
Because there's just enough activity that's happening. But so far being here, I've gotten to know the community through the different nonprofits that are here in the city and the work that everybody's doing. And it's awesome.
Okay. Mark, I think one of the challenges for the Army is that in some cases, the Army is frontline with everything for a community. In Jackson, Tennessee, there are a lot of faith organizations out there, as you have found, a lot of other service organizations. So where does the Army fit now as far as you see it?
Oh man, that's a good question. And what's nice is about the Salvation Army and the way that we serve every zip code across the United States is the mission of the Army remains the same. Yet the strategy for engagement is different within every community. And so it allows us the opportunity now to really listen to citizens in the community, find out what the needs are, and then strategically engage. And so that's kind of what I've been doing within the last 3 or so weeks since I've been here is I've been listening to find out what's going on in the community, what the needs are, and then strategizing for the way that we meet human needs. And something that's affecting all of us is the coronavirus. And so a lot of my conversations have been with children and families, but as well as the school system, trying to see how we might be able to use our facility as a learning hub and a resource center for families, teachers, tutors, so that there isn't that education gap that's a potential because of the virus.
Wow. Well, Mark, your facility is certainly strategically located for that.
Yes, it is.
It's true, yeah.
And then the facility would lend itself. I think we're going to find a lot of need out there for students as we get into this distance learning and everything else for some help, you know.
Yeah.
Not every, it's like me, if I have to help you with the math, you can forget it.
Me too, man. Don't ask me to do the math, because
Yeah.
it's not gonna work.
The math is different these days from what we grew up doing. I don't know how.
Yeah, 2
That's
plus 2
right.
is not always 4.
Right.
That's why I said, don't ask me to do the math.
Right.
Well, Mark, it's really good to have you in the city. I hope you
It
will keep us in mind and talk to us on a periodic basis. We'd like to keep
I would love that.
We'd love to have you on a periodic basis.
And we welcome you to Jackson, Tennessee. Lieutenant Mark Cancia, and he's the
Yes,
new
sir.
officer with the Salvation Army. It's good to see you, Mark.
It's
That's
good to
right.
have you,
Same.
Mark.
Y'all stay well.
Same to
back
you.
soon.
Take care.
We're going to
Thanks.
talk about foster care and education and all those things coming up next as we continue. And our thanks to Mark as we continue 6 in the city.
I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Renew Biomedical Services based out of here in Jackson, Tennessee. We're a provider of biomedical services for medical professionals. At Renew Biomedical, our use of telecom is of utmost importance. We have to reach our customers in a timely fashion so we can diagnose and service their equipment needs. So EPlus broadband allows Renew Biomedical to connect effectively with our customers in whichever way they choose, via email, phone, Skype, teleconferencing, in any way you can imagine.
Need to check your bill balance? Set a payment extension. Get outage notifications. With JEA, it's easy. Text. When you enroll in JEA alerts, you open all those possibilities. To enroll, text JOIN, J-O-I-N, to 53248. Text JOIN to 53248. If your cell phone number is current, two-way texting is yours. Real-time communication, direct customer service with JEA today.
Say it and see it with voice control. Find your favorites faster across live, recorded, and streaming TV. Movies, shows, news, sports, music are just a voice command away. Show me action movies. Just for kids. Every result personalized based on viewing habits and time of day. Say it, watch it. It's that easy with the power of voice control.
Steve Bowers and Cassandra Fuller welcoming you back to 6 in the City. Renee Adelsberger is with us. Adelsberger, I'm sorry, Renee. And I'm reading my own writing here. Renee is involved. Renee's got a special family to begin with, and she's involved with a special work with foster parents here in Jackson. And Renee, I know that the call had gone out for school uniforms and help with those. And the school system wants to emphasize that you may be at home, but this is an academic environment, and they would like for children to wear their school uniforms, whatever, even if you're learning on a computer, just to set the tone of things. But there are all kinds of special needs. I don't know what's going to be happening with foster children and all of us in this transition, but it's good to have you here. So where are we? Are we still on with the uniform drive?
We are still on with the uniform drive. We have 64 children in Madison County who are in foster care, and over half of them are all part of the public school system. And they all need uniforms. We all hope that eventually we can go back to school. And one of the things that you'll learn is it's really hard to find uniforms come December, January, and February. So we, as the Foster Association, are stocking up. We are taking new uniforms, as many donations as we can find. Okay. And we are giving them out to our parents this week even. We're having them swing by so that their students will be ready for virtual school come Monday.
Okay. So where do you get these uniforms then? How do you know what to look for?
Yeah, how do you know what to buy?
Yeah.
We have an exact shopping list for the needs we have right now. And that's on our website. That's jacksonfosters.com. It's Fosters with an S, jacksonfosters.com. And one of the things we're doing right now is we're trying to stockpile is not a great word, but we're trying to have a stock of every size. Black is always a great polo color because every school accepts black, every school accepts white. And we have recently started a foster closet. And so we actually have a designated space here in town where we have them all lined up, all hung up. So as a child comes into custody, let's say a child comes into custody a month and a half from now, they can come to the closet and pick out their uniform.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I guess foster children come in all shapes and sizes, right?
All shapes and sizes. And it's just amazing. Did you know that kids grow every year? They need new clothes every year.
They grow every month.
I start saying some grow every month.
Every month. And it's
what age children are in foster care of these 64?
Of the 64, we have a baby who just came out of the NICU all the way through kids who are, about to go out on their own, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So we have a large range. We have right now a lot of elementary school children. Okay. And a lot of that middle school.
So when I go to jacksonfosters.com, what will I find on that site?
You will see just a little bit about us. And then right there in the middle, you'll see a giant button that says, here's our shopping list. And you'll also see a giant button that says, let us do the shopping for you. Okay. So you can actually donate online. And then we have that that fund in a special spot. So as children come into care, we can buy exactly what they need, whether that be tennis shoes, underwear, socks, backpack, whatever they need, we can go shopping for them.
So if we don't really know what to buy, I guess we could look at the list, but if you don't have time to buy something, go to the store and go shopping, then you can actually donate money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things to remember is these children are often taken out of their beds at night. Sometimes they're taken in the middle of a school day. So they're coming into a foster home with the clothes on their back.
Literally
the clothes on their back. We've had 4 children. They've almost never gotten to go home to grab a stuffed animal, to grab a blanket.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And so
there are other needs then, right?
There are other needs that we can provide for.
Mm-hmm. So Renee, what do you want people to know about Jackson Fosters?
I want you to know that there's a great need in our community, that there are children who, through no fault of their own, they've done nothing wrong, but their parents have abused or neglected them and can no longer provide for them. And it's really lonely being a foster parent. You feel isolated and you feel like you're facing problems other foster parents don't feel. And so one of the fun things about the community coming together is we feel that love as a foster parent. We feel like our community sees us.
Okay. Renee, it's important work. We need to come back sometime and talk about what motivates people to get involved with that and what they face out there, because it is a unique set of circumstances for the parents and for the children. Mm-hmm. You got one that's just come out of NICU. What a way to begin. I went from NICU to foster care, right?
Right.
Yeah, prayers for everybody involved.
That's
Renee,
right.
thank you so much. We'll see
JacksonFosters.com.
you again soon. Jackson Fosters with the S, fosters.com. We'll be right back. We'll talk football with Mike. Keith JL is all the way on this Six in the City.
Steve, we're actually going.
JL is coming up right now. Yes.
That's right.
JL,
we've got JL right on the line.
2 weeks in a row, I failed to read my cue sheet properly.
I know, and you blamed it on your earpods last
time. And now I'm without excuse. He's an extremely talented man. We are thrilled that he's sharing his time and talent with us. The one and only JL. JL, take it away.
I waited for this day to come. I asked the Lord to send me the one, and He did it. Then He sent me you, and then I knew I had someone that I could not lose. I remember the place, I remember the day when I first saw your face. I knew that you were the one for me. Baby, can't you see that you're the one that I need to make me brand new, brand new, brand new. Live the rest of my life with you. Make me brand new, brand new, brand new, brand new. Me and you forever. Baby, won't you take my hand? I wanna start all over again. Oh, I wanna be the best thing. Well, you take my hand, brand new. Brand new. Oh, brand new. For a lifetime. Brand new. Oh, yeah. Through the ups and downs, in and out, you've been there for me. You didn't leave me. You're my everything, my everything. I'm gonna replace your promise ring with a wedding ring. I'm gonna stay true, be faithful to you. As long as we together, we remain true. You never lied to me. You always kept it real. And words can't explain the way you make me feel. You make me feel brand new, brand new, brand new. Wanna live the rest of my life with you. Oh, wait, baby. Brand new, brand new, baby.
And watch TV everywhere. You can now take your TV on the go. Just visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to sign up. Then you're all set to catch your favorite shows, movies, and sports wherever and whenever you want on any internet-connected device. Choose from our growing selection of networks from your cable package at no extra charge. Visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to learn more. It's easy to sign up for EPlus Broadband's TV Everywhere.
Want to receive account information via text? When you enroll in JA Alerts, you can. Text to get a bill balance, due date, set a payment extension, receive an outage notification, reply to report an electric outage. Text JOIN, J-O-I-N, text JOIN to 53248, 53248. Cell phone number must be current and attached to your JA account. Visit jaxenergy.com/textalerts for more information.
Here at the Emergency Operations Center, we rely on EPlus broadband fiber network to better serve Madison County. With high-speed internet, we track storms and natural disasters in real time. Also, fiber internet gives us the speed to host training classes preparing responders from all over the county and state. The phone system allows us flexibility to stay in contact and make conference calls with both in and out of the office with local, state, and federal agencies. Connectivity is an important part of emergency management.
Steve Bowers and Cassandra Fuller welcoming you back to Six in the City. We'll have more with JL. He's got us feeling brand new, and we're looking forward to more.
That's
Delighted
right.
to have Mike Keith with us, the voice of the Tennessee Titans, who has just informed us that we're not invited to the opening game.
That's right. I'm a little disappointed, but
Now you're invited on Titans Radio.
Okay. which is the best way to do it, right?
That's what we radio guys say, right,
Yeah,
Steve?
that's what you don't have to buy any tickets.
It's the last thing in the world that's free. That's the whole thing. Sponsors pay the bills. So
that's right.
yeah, the announcement.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The announcement made this morning, Mayor John Cooper and our president, Burke Nihill, he's our president and CEO, announcing that our September 20th home opener with Jacksonville will not include fans. And the rationale is very simple. Where Nashville is as we speak today is Nashville's not in a fantastic place. There's progress in some areas. There's not progress in other areas. We're hopeful, and we hope people will continue to work at it. But understanding that game occurs a month from Thursday, does not seem like the right thing to do to bring a large group of people together at a time where we're encouraging people to stay apart in every other facet of life in Davidson County.
Well, you can see that because everybody be on Broadway and restaurants.
Yep.
Everybody, it would
it'd be all over the place. So you guys had your first full squad practice in pads just the other day. How'd that go?
Well, it's great. It's the most wonderful thing. I mean, my story, when I was on with you last time, I mentioned the only time I have been to my office since March the 12th was to get stuff out of my office. And so I have now been, since Friday the 14th, I have now been able to go back and attend practices. And we saw a couple practices without pads. And then now we're in pads and working every morning. And it's just wonderful. I mean, the players are talking about the fact that they don't even mind sweating and hurting and all of the work. And for those of us who watch it, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, this is my 23rd year, and I covered Tennessee for 12 years before that, and I played before that. So I've seen a couple football practices, and it gets a little, runs together. Right now, though, it's just beautiful. It's like I'm seeing. It's like I'm seeing.
Right?
I'm seeing art for the first time. My eyes are opened, and I'm enjoying every moment of it.
Well, you said the players are getting into it and really wanting to get in there and sweat. Were there any standouts from practice that you could tell?
I think a lot of what we're seeing so far, Cassandra, is that our offense, which returned 10 starters, really is sharp. With Ryan Tannehill at quarterback and Steve Bowers' guy Derrick Henry at running back, and a bunch of really good receivers, good tight end, and Jonnu Smith. And when you return 10 of 11 starters on offense, and then you returned Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, and the entire offensive staff from a group that was averaging 30 points a game at the end of last year, they have just really continued. Also very excited about Jeffrey Simmons, our second-year defensive tackle from Mississippi State. I think he's going to be a fabulous talent, and very excited to see what he can do. But so far, so good. Seeing a lot of good things on both sides of the ball. One of the reasons we want to play so badly is we think we got a pretty good team.
Oh yeah, well that's a good thing.
So, Mike, there's no preseason. Has the season altered now as far as the number of games or whatever? Is it still going to be a full season? Is that the plan?
At this point, everything is on track to start with Kansas City and Houston Thursday, September 10th. That's the first game of kickoff weekend. The last game of kickoff weekend, the Titans at Denver, 9:10 kickoff on Monday night, September 14th. all of that is still in place. Yes, no preseason games. Yes, training camp looks vastly different. We have altered everything that we've done in this offseason almost, but what we've tried to stay focused on is how do we keep everyone safe and healthy to get to the regular season? And as we speak right now on 6 in the City, we're on track.
Okay, wow.
Good.
We're going to pick that up. We'll continue this conversation with Mike Keith because there's a lot to talk about. It's just good to know that the season is right here. And man, you say you got a son at the University of North Carolina, and so they were in class, and now they're going back to virtual. So you never know, right?
You never know.
Never know.
We have to take it day by day. So
We're delighted to have this man with us. He's extremely talented. He's a wonderful producer and composer and writer and everything else out there, as well as performer. And we go back to the main stage, and this is JL.
I can't get enough of you. Never in my life I had somebody make me feel the way you make me feel. I can't get enough of you. Crazy. I can't get enough. Listen. I can't get enough of the way I'm feeling. I've never felt before. You got me twisted all in my head. I can't ignore. See, I want you in the right way. Take me back to my place. We can talk, girl, for a minute. You don't have to say a word, just listen. Ooh, can't get enough of you, baby. Wanna be hugging. I can't get enough of you, baby. I can't get enough of you. Closer to me. I want your body, get enough. You know me like you on a mission. You are my addiction. Stole my heart at the first sight. I don't know what you did, but it feels right. You're the one girl, and I know it. Ain't too proud to show it. When they see you, they see me. 'Cause I can't get enough of you. Can't get enough of you, baby. Wanna be high. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you, baby. To the door. I can't get enough. Closer to me. I want your body. Get enough. Yeah. To the door. You feel me poke and roll over whenever on your shoulder. 4:30 in the morning, let's enjoy the moment. Kissing, hugging, touching, loving, we can get it going. I know you wanna bring it right to the world at the time in the AM. It's a perfect day just to take another day in. Yeah, and in the morning to grab my phone so I can get us some food. Order for two, I ain't gonna let you be the world. I can't get enough. Can't get enough of you, baby. Wanna be high. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you, baby. To the door, can't get enough of you, baby. Wanna be high. I can't get enough of you, baby. Can't get enough of you, baby. Wanna be on you. I can't get enough of you, baby. I can't get enough of you. Thank you.
For the most reliable drinking water supply at the highest quality, reach for the tap. Our tap water is safe and continues to exceed all government requirements. For more information about our drinking water, visit www.jaxenergy.com/JEACCR.
Move over. It's the law. When approaching work vehicles or crews, move over to create a safety zone. It protects utility workers, law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency personnel. It's not an option. Slow down. It could save a life. Stay safe. Move over.
Hi, I'm Kedrick Perkins, PGA General Manager at Jackson Country Club. Jackson Country Club's amenities are true Southern hospitality. Championship golf course, fine dining, 6 tennis courts, Junior Olympic pool and fitness. We pride ourselves in giving our members the best. Choosing JEA was a logical choice so that we could tie in our phone, internet, and cable solutions so that we can advance our next segment of technology.
I knew it hurt her. My heart broke in half, and I felt like I was about as close to losing her as I was going to get. And active addiction, you don't know what's going on. What I thought about was the little girl with the pageant dress on. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be doing these things. There is hope. She found inside herself that she's way better than that, and she rose from it.
Steve Bowers and Cassandra Fuller welcoming you back to Six in the City. We'll have more with JL coming up later in this program. Always a pleasure to have him with us. Always an honor to have Mike Keith with us, the voice of the Tennessee Titans, getting ready to go with the season. Everything is on schedule. Mike, what has it changed about training camp? How's it being done? Are they fully engaged now?
They're fully engaged. It just looks like football once you get past the masks, and everybody has to use their own towel, and everybody has to have their own water bottle. And all of the whistles are handheld. Nobody's blowing the whistle anymore. And one got stuck the other day, and it was like somebody's car alarm's going off. It was really great. The coaches are, wearing masks, and they don't want players, and in pro football, they don't really tackle fully in practice anyway, even in full pads. They'll sort of hit, wrap up, and then let go. And because these guys know how to tackle, they don't want to take anybody to the ground, but they're desperately trying to stay off the ground.
Okay.
Because they don't want guys on top of one another or somebody landing on, and for your ankles and your knees and all that, but also because they don't want the closeness. The huddles aren't quite as close.
Okay.
The lines for different groups are not quite as close. I mean, you can't totally socially distance, but what you can do and what they're talking about is mitigating risk, and that's what they're trying to make happen.
So you talked about the announcement was made this morning about no fans at the first game. I know the players always often feed off of the fans. How is that going to change the aura or the atmosphere of the stadium in the game?
Now, I did arena football for 3 years. I called a game in Las Vegas once, and trust me, there are better things to do in Las Vegas than go to an arena football game. And that was apparent in this game that I called. There couldn't have been 20 people there.
Oh, wow.
I could have hollered across the arena, and somebody could have heard me. So I have called a game where there were virtually no fans, and I don't know. Cassandra, I don't know what this is going to be like. I don't know what it's going to feel like. I think they will pipe in crowd noise on television.
Okay.
And I think some of that will be done so that you can't fully hear the signals and the different calls.
Right.
Because if you remember, Peyton Manning was famous for coming to the line when he played for Denver. Omaha, Omaha, Omaha.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want another team to be able to hear that and then holler down to the sidelines, hey, when he says Omaha, it means this.
Yeah.
So I think for comfort of the fans and also for competitive advantage reasons, I think you're going to hear crowd noise. You've heard the crowd noise on the baseball games. Right. My wife got all upset. We were watching the Cubs play, and the Cubs won the game, and then the crowd went crazy, and there's no crowd. She goes, well, that makes no sense. I didn't think anything about it, but for me to be there and call a game, I don't know how that's going to be. So I can't even imagine what it's going to be like for the players. It's a great question.
But so the piped in crowd noise is only heard on television. It's
Correct.
not heard in the stadium. All right, so the
Correct.
stadium is on. Mike, is everybody healthy? We've had St. Louis Cardinals have struggled to be able to play a series. Everybody in the NFL okay, as far as you know?
Right now, we have 12 players, including 2 Titans, on the reserve COVID-19 list. And what that means is they have either tested positive or they have been in close contact and are having to isolate based on the fact that they have been around somebody who has tested positive. And for their privacy, for HIPAA, nobody says which, but that's the allowance that's being made by the Players Association and the teams so they can be put on a separate list and not count against the numbers per se, and to have a place to account for them. Right now it's not been a big problem. At this point, we are testing every day for players. Anybody who is tier 1 or tier 2, and that's players or anyone close to players, being tested every single day, and the results come back the next day.
Oh,
So
wow.
the league is spending millions and millions of dollars on testing, because if we were in a situation that we couldn't get the test back for a week, it wouldn't do us any good.
Right, right.
Mike, we're looking forward. The season opens again. What date? The 10th, right, of September?
The 10th is the Thursday night opener with the Chiefs playing at home against Houston, and the final game of kickoff weekend, the Titans opener at Denver. Monday Night Football.
Okay.
Steve Bowers will have to stay up late. It's a 9:10 Central Time kickoff.
Wow.
So Steve Bowers will have to get a little nap.
Yeah, get through that show and go do the radio. All right.
I got to get an afternoon
how
nap.
it is. Mike, thanks so much.
Thanks,
Go Titans.
Mike.
We'll see you
All
soon.
right. Tighten
We
up,
appreciate
everybody.
it. Good to
Thanks.
see you. Take care.
We'll be right back with more Six in the City.
The SOAR Award, System Operational Achievement Recognition, presented by the American Public Gas Association, recognizes forward-thinking natural gas utilities that continually improve operation capabilities, adapt to challenges, and the changing demands of safe, reliable natural gas distribution. In 2019, the APGA Gold SOAR Award was presented to the Natural Gas Division of JEA. System integrity, forward-thinking innovation, all a real part of JEA today.
At Southern Family Dentistry, we offer dental treatment for your entire family. We have the latest 3D digital x-ray system. We offer implants, veneers, teeth whitening, and all the other normal services you receive at the dental office. We have 2 offices, one in Milan and one in Jackson, and EPlus broadband telephone services allows us to connect both of those offices. It doesn't matter which office the patient calls, we have the ability to speak to that patient at either location.
Experience something new with View It Video on Demand. Now you can preview and rent movies with your remote. Press the TiVo button to go to the home screen. Select View It on Demand to get started. Browse new movie releases and events. Select what you want to watch, then rent. There's even free stuff. You'll find karaoke songs, fun screensavers for your TV, videos for the kids, and more. Experience more with TiVo and View It Video on Demand.
Steve Bowers, Cassandra Fuller, welcoming you back to Six in the City. Bryson McQuiston is with us, and Melanie Davis with Home Instead Senior Care. And it's good to have them both here. And good to see you both again, and appreciate the work that's being done. It has been a challenging time for the seniors in our community across this state. We were talking about it, 15% of the caseload, people that are 61 and above, but 80% of the deaths in Tennessee have been among senior citizens. So I know it's been a challenge, Bryson, for everybody.
Sure. It has been a challenge, and we greatly respect the virus for sure. We're dealing with obviously one of the more vulnerable segments of the population. So, it's interesting days. The first probably 3 weeks into this were very tenuous and a lot of uncertainties, a lot of unknowns. And to some extent, that's still there, but we hit stride about 3 or 4 weeks into this, and only picked up steam. We've never stopped hiring, never stopped training, never stopped serving seniors. And now more than ever, home is the safest place for them to be. And we just want to make sure we're keeping it that way by providing a good, safe caregiver in the home to keep them home instead of, going somewhere else for care.
Bryce, I know it's outside your area, but you keep up with this. My understanding is that nursing homes and senior living facilities are still not open to visitation. Is that right?
Right. They are taking all precautions, you know.
This has been months now, right?
Yes, yes, yes. You know, there's some virtual visits going on, and they have gotten creative about the way you go to the window and communicate. You know, it's a difficult day for them. I was a nursing home administrator in my prior life in Memphis there. So been in Jackson 13 years now with Home Instead. So thankful I'm not in that seat anymore, but I'm also thankful there's some great people out there that are serving and protecting these patients that are in the facilities. You know, our mission there is, you know, to keep the seniors safe, independent, with a great quality of life at home. You know, we go into the home from 4 hours a day to 24 hours a day. So we're right there with the senior, and instead of the isolation, social isolation, we're doing social interaction. So we're right there where the action is with the senior, and trying to stimulate and keep them focused, positive, and focused on the future, and you know, making a difference out there. So these are great days for home care. We're actually expanding. We're opening a Covington office soon to expand the market a little more to the west there. So no signs of slowing down on our side. We just have to do things a lot differently, take a lot more universal precautions, and make sure that we're being a really safe provider in the home.
Melanie, as a home care consultant, how have you seen the impact of COVID on our senior population?
I think one of the biggest things is, you know, preventing that isolation that so many are facing when they are alone in the home, or even in facilities, you know, where they're missing their family and their friends that, you know, that can't come in and see them due to the restrictions and everything. So just kind of, you know, we've seen the impact that that's taken on some, you know, just the missing their loved ones. You know, they're thankful to have the care that they're being provided with, but still, you know, just that missing family, and
it's a little different when you can't see your family every day.
Absolutely.
Especially
we're going to keep Bryson and Melanie with us for another segment, if that's okay with you, because we want to pick up some suggestions for everybody that's involved with this. And good to have you here. We're going to go back to the main stage, and we welcome back once again the very talented JL.
Oh yeah. Ooh, baby. I'd rather have love. I'd rather have love. Song says, see, I was cool in the street. I was cool in the clubs. But real talk, I was thinking nothing about love. See, I didn't want nobody try to partake in my stuff. I thought an occasional one night stand would be enough. Oh, but one day I met this girl, now she ruined my philosophy. It caught me by surprise. It's like my heart skips a beat when she comes around. Oh, never thought that I'll be ready to settle down. Oh, see, I was about to find myself alone, but I found myself a lover. Said it's gonna take a minute to evolve, but I'd rather have love than nothing at all. I'd rather have love on my own. Oh, yeah. Can't stay in this place forever, even though I want to see us together. I'd rather have love than have a life alone. Well, see, I was raised by a good one. Mama told me what a real man should be. She said, son, pick one and treat it like me. But I took all of her wisdom and I used it for selfish gain. And I know if she saw this, should be ashamed. Oh, but one day I met this girl down, she ruined my surprise. It caught me by surprise. It's like a gun to left feet when she comes around. Oh, never thought that I'll be ready to settle down. See, I was about to find myself alone. I looked around and I found myself alone. Said it's gonna take a minute to evolve, but I'd rather have love than nothing at all. I'd rather have love of my own. Baby, can't stay in this place forever. Don't want to see us together. I'd rather have love than have a life alone. On one hand, I choose to be the guy only chasing fearless pleasure, but on the other hand, need to build a dream with true love and affection. I know it's gonna be quite a challenge. I know it's gonna take some time, but I'm here and I'm ready to change, cause I know I love myself enough. I said it's gonna take a minute to evolve, but I'd rather have love than nothing at all. I'd rather have love for my own. Can't stay in this place forever, even though I want to see us together. Yeah, I'd rather have love than have a life alone. Hey. Said it's gonna take a minute to evolve, but I'd rather have love. I'd rather have love of my own.
Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to EPlus broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. EPlus broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries. The JEA app. With it, you may view the electric outage map, report electric outages, receive electric outage alerts, view your current account information in real time. You can even make a payment with one click. Name, account number, you're in. Convenient access with the free JEA app, keeping you connected with JEA today.
20, yeah.
Welcome back to Six of the City. Bryson McQuiston is with us and Melanie Davis with Home Instead Senior Care. And they just informed us that this coming Friday is National, Senior Citizens Day?
National Senior Citizens Day.
So what are we doing?
And you guys are going to recognize them how?
Yeah.
Yes, so from 12 to 3 this Friday at the Old Country Stores Ice Cream Parlor, they can come in, anyone 65 or older can come in and get a free scoop of ice cream. It will be socially distanced for those concerned. And then we will also be offering curbside pickup for any who won't wish to remain in their cars to lower that risk of exposure. But,
Or I'll get two and I'll share with you.
I was gonna say, look at there, you can go get some ice cream. I tell you what, I'll drive you there and you can do curbside pickup.
That day was started in 1988 by Ronald Reagan, National Senior Adult Day, and really just to recognize and honor the great generation that have gone before us and recognize the contribution they made. So we're just piggybacking on that National Day and thanking our local community, 65 and above, for doing such a great job and teeing it up for the rest of us coming not too far behind them.
That's
You know, I'm
awesome.
already right slap dab in the middle of them, so I'll see you. I'll see you. coming up
So you
front.
guys have been talking about some free resources that you have for the pandemic for solutions for our older adults. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so most of them are available on our website, which is just homeinstead.com/COVID-19. And things that you can find on there are safety tips for bringing seniors home, considerations to make for accessibility in their homes or your home, things you can do kind of start the conversation with your loved one if you're thinking about making the transition to in-home care, and other just kind of safety tips that encourage, safety, but still have interaction to prevent that social isolation that's such a big risk for seniors, mentally and physically.
Right.
How much flexibility are you seeing for people to visit in homes now?
We, anytime we go into homes, we're wearing masks and other PPE. Depends on the client's request. We always wear masks though. It kind of it varies right now. Some, want you be very precautious and where the others are a little more lax.
Yeah.
We're trying to kind of bridge that gap and protect them. So.
Well, certainly collective living is a challenge, its own challenge right now. And I know that that's the arrangement that works for many, but I can see where home instead would have a real place during all of this.
Sure. We've, always done what we do, and that's take care of seniors in their home. We're just doing it a little differently, taking a lot more precautions, washing the hands regularly, gloves, mask, whatever it takes to protect that senior. We really want to make sure we're being part of the solution, not the problem. We respect the virus, but we don't run from it. We want to be there to provide a safe caregiver that's been trained and knows what they're doing and is not exposing unintentionally the senior to some outside effects of the virus. So,
Bryson, for people who don't know, what would you like to tell them about Home Instead?
Well, Home Instead is still doing what we do best, and that's take care of seniors in their home instead of them going somewhere else for care. 95% of the seniors want to remain at home and age at home. And as long as they can do that safely, we want to enter into their world. We're there from 4 hours a day to 24 hours a day, and providing that caregiver that gives that one-on-one interaction and is doing the light housekeeping, the med reminders, the meal preparation. We do the transportation and get them outside safely. We can tour them around town and relive and reminisce some great memories of the Jackson community. So we're right there for them. We just are doing it in a much more deliberate, safe manner than we were in the past. So I guess that's one of the good things that came from COVID-19. We're really on point for infection control and making sure we're taking all the precautions that we need to protect that senior. So
we really appreciate y'all being with us. And once again, it's homeinstead.com. Is that right? The website. Homeinstead.com. Melanie, it's good to see you, and Bryce, it's always good to have you with us.
Yes, good to have you guys.
Glad you're there. It's making a difference for people, and we appreciate it. We're going to be right back. Wrap this up. JL will be with us as we continue Six in the City.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
As we all take care and precautions, practicing social distancing with more time at home, we may find ourselves using more broadband too, relying on internet, television, and telephone services to stay connected to work, school, and family. JA is working hard to keep our customers, employees, and families safe while bringing vital services during this time, keeping you connected to the essential broadband services Jackson's homes and businesses depend on is one thing you can count on at JEA today.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Six of the City. Once again, we appreciate all of our guests. It's amazing the cross-section of things happening.
It's interesting to see how COVID is affecting all aspects of everything, just like from the older population to football to you name it. It's just interesting to see how.
Speaking of football, we were going to start football Friday night.
Yeah.
but
the
public school schedule has been changed. We will start our football on Friday night, good Lord willing, and that'll be September the 4th with TCA and USJ. And maybe by then we will know what's going to be happening with the public school schedule, and we'll be trying to adjust accordingly. But we already had our coaches and principals that cleared the games and everything else, so we were ready. But we will start on September the 4th with Friday Night Live. We'll be doing the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame induction banquet coming up the 29th, and that'll be carried right here live at EPlus TV 6. And then we'll be replaying that, and we'll also making plans to carry the reenactment of the historic vote 100 years ago this day that brought women the right to vote in this country. And so all that's coming up. And then you can say we're going to do a virtual Andrew Jackson Marathon.
I guess this is mostly sports. Yes, we are. The Andrew Jackson Marathon is going to be done virtually. You can choose to do it anytime September 7th through the 12th. Because originally, or 14th, I'm sorry. Originally, the race was going to be on the 12th, but because of COVID, we've had to move to virtual. So all those participants who want to go virtual can go virtual. Just go to raceroster.com and look up Andrew Jackson Marathon.
We've been delighted to have this man with us. He's going to be back with us September the 1st. He's going to be on the couch with us talking because he's bringing an artist that he has signed. We got a lot of things to look forward to. And we want to say thanks to JL. And JL, carry us out today, the one and only JL. See you September the 1st.
See you soon. I'll check out my new single Party, available on all digital outlets. If you're home, you can party with us on the way out of here. Casino. This is my brand new single, Party. We can run to the country. You sit on your couch, you can move a little bit. As long as we are having fun. Yeah, it's Friday. Just kind of about to run by the stove. Get a 12-pack of that cold Michelob. Yeah, gotta run home. Take a shower, put on some clothes. Yeah, I gotta get fresh so I can step out. Put on my best cologne, check the mirror, and hit the door. You know what? I think I wanna party. Oh yeah, might just hit the casino. It don't matter, I can run. Run to the country by the shoot zone. As long as we are having fun. I just wanna have a good time. I wanna party. Yeah. Casino. It don't matter. I got money. Run to the country by the shoot zone. As long as we are having fun. I just wanna have a good. I might ride down to tune the cup and hit the table. It don't matter, man. Yeah. Or I might ride to the country by the juke joint and hang with the neighbors. You know I'm always down for the country. Yeah. Uncle Mike, he always, you know, he frying fish. When we do on Friday, yeah. I might stop by and get me a plate before it gets too late. All I'm trying to tell you, I wanna party. I just wanna have a good time. Casino, it don't matter. I got money. Run to the country by the shoot. As long as we are having fun, I just wanna have a good time. I wanna party. Yeah, and ride with me. Casino, I'm feeling lucky tonight. Yeah. To the everybody you join. As long as we are having fun, I just wanna have a good time. Yeah.